is working. So the only awkward thing is carrying this camera attached to this special, and my buddy's trying to call me right now, right in the middle of recording. Of course, that's what happens when you use your phone for all your main recording devices. I need a GoPro, guys. Seriously. Alright, let me get the door open. Yeah, definitely gonna have to edit that because of the swearing. Like just what I said, it was gonna fall apart as I carried it, and it knocked everything out of my hand. Talk about famous notebook today too. Whiteboard on. Should you need it? I think I'm gonna bring the camera over there. Then I'll write left-handed or right-handed. See, if I take the notes off there, she has to write new notes. And I love it when she writes some notes, so. Yeah, don't ever buy these whiteboards from Amazon. They really suck. That happened on the travel when they mailed it to me. Let's see if this works. So, you guys are on oh, they don't work? It's cold or what? So just a crappy one. Let's see if this pen works. I think I'm gonna put issues over here. And I'll put how will we do topics? Do topics over here. Topics, issues. This could also be questions. All right. And then I think I'll leave that there every week, and then every week I'll take that off there and change it. For now, I'm pretty sure you guys are on. No, you guys are on episode 27. Because I'm working on 2, so sorry about that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you guys are on 27. Okay. And then every week I'll change it around. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay, so you guys are on episode 27. I'll write down the questions just a second. I gotta check the film, make sure it's recording. All right, it's working. Passed the test, but I'm gonna grab a couple more markers just because that's really hard to see in the film. Hold on a sec. Being a lot of, oh, first things first. That one's dead. What other color we have that's bright? Let's try green. idiot. Okay. Somebody called me idiot. Don't appreciate it. And I don't like bullying. I don't like people who sit on their chairs and don't contribute, but then yet think they can just knock down what other people do. If you guys follow my videos, that's how long I don't have all the answers. I'm not perfect. I'm a carpenter, craftsman, more of an artist than anything, and so I'm building it the best way I think I know how. That being said, I've also told you guys, don't do it the way I'm doing it. Figure out your own way to do it, because I'm not going to be liable for what you build. I'm only going to be liable for what I build. Okay? Limited liability too, by the way. Anyways, I don't like bullying. So if you have something negative to say, I'm not hard to find. You can come say it to my face and we can talk about it man to man. Not this, I'm going to give you a thumbs down and call you an idiot. Like, come on. And YouTube needs to get rid of that. There's no reason to have thumbs down. There's so much negativity in the world. Why do we have to have a thumbs down on YouTube? You get 12 thumbs up and 3 thumbs down. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people can't take it for what it's worth. It's number one, it doesn't cost them a thing. It's not like they're my, what they call Patreons now. They're not my sponsors. You know, they're not doing anything to contribute what I'm doing, so they keep your thumbs down to yourself. In fact, take that thumb and put it somewhere else, because this is a lot of work. And what's even more than that, say that correctly, what is even more than that is the work of having to create the videos, you know. Oh, I don't like the music. Oh, it's too fast, it's too slow, it's too long. You know what? Make your own video then, okay? This is a lot of work. And I've heard Joe Robinette say the same thing, and I've heard other people say the same thing. You know, this is almost a full-time job. In fact, it's taking away from me, from my books. I'm an author and I have 7 books published. I was about to publish book number 8. Actually, it was going to be sent to the editors, of course, first. But I put that on hold because of the camper and because of the time of YouTube. Now, if I was just building the camper and going to school, I could still write. I don't have time. And I want to give it the proper time to make sure the story comes out the way I want it to come out. It's a new series, and it's a really good series. And I want it to be memorable. I want it to be a good one. So don't call names. Don't be negative. If you're going to be negative, like my grandmother said, if you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself. Simple rule of life. Just keep it to yourself. No one cares. No one wants to hear you be negative. Okay? Number 2. Well, we already said don't be negative, but positive. Spell positive. Positive. Positiveness. Whatever, okay? What I'm trying to say here is be positive. In fact, I can't even tell you guys how much it means to me when you guys write an encouraging note on my comment section. Man, I gotta tell you, it blows me away. I don't know how much to share right now. I have a lot going on. But this is my scarf, but I can push out, it hurts right now actually. I can push my hernia out and you can see it. Maybe I'll show it to you later. It's gross. And so that's 3 surgeries I have to have coming up, but the hernia surgery is not something I'm sure about right now. There's a recall on all the mesh they're using to fix the hernia. So kind of like doctors are right now are like, just tell everybody to hold on if they can until they come out with something better. And I don't want that mesh to break apart and go into my organs. Not cool. So I'm going to wait. So I've got to figure out what I can do, because you guys know I go to the gym every day, or almost every day. And it's part of my life. It's part of my channel, Disabled Bodybuilding. And I got to figure out what, if anything, that I'm doing in the gym is causing it, and if there is, what can I do to fix it? So, anyways, I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. We have to move. I told you guys that, and what am I going to do about the camper? Because I got to move somewhere. There's not going to be a workshop. There's just so much And it's cold now, and my body's back to hurting really bad. I'm back to walking around and pain level of 8, even 9, and I'm still out here working. I'm still making videos for you guys. The videos are for me too. It's for my brand, but you know what? I'm doing this for the community. I'm doing this for others as well as for myself. So please be positive, not only with me but with others. You know, Joe Robinette, I keep using him as an example because he's a good kid. I like that kid. And Dugouts. There's 2 Dougs in that I watch. And the one Doug Outside, he's Canadian too. Great channels. But, you know, those guys like Doug, he works a full-time job. And he still puts out videos. And good videos too, not like crappy videos like, here's my phone, I'm holding it the wrong way. And you know, he makes sure his videos are quality. Now here's another mouse. I already caught 2 here in traps. Anyways, so let's be positive, okay? And let's encourage each other and appreciate what people are doing. You know, appreciate the fact that I'm out here working and you're not. Appreciate the fact that I'm out here making videos and you're not. Or that you are and you're doing your own thing, and that's cool. But don't knock what I'm doing. And don't knock what Joe's doing. Don't knock what Doug's doing. Don't knock what these other guys are doing. It's just not cool. And then, yeah, I just flashed in my head of a kid named Tucker Gott. He does I want to get my pilot's license, but it's real expensive. And he does the paramotor, which is basically the fan strapped to your back, and you go out in the field and you fly basically. And you go up to as high as you can breathe, 10,000 feet and higher. And I watch that kid, and I appreciate his he's got a good channel too. It's positive, and it's mostly family oriented, except he swears. And then he wonders if he should cut it out of his videos or not. Anyways, so let's be positive. Let's make the world a better place. Okay, materials. Somebody asked for a material list. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think that if you follow the videos closely enough, you will see that I am using, for construction, I'm using 2x2s. The rafters are 2x3s. The furniture is comprised of 1x2s, 1x3s, and some 1x4s. Whoops. It doesn't want to erase when it's cold. Look at that. 1x4s. Okay. For screw wise, I'm using torque screws. Different sizes, anywhere from 1.25 inches all the way up to actually 4 inches. I'm using a staple gun, 1-inch staples, plywood. There's OSB, and then there's plywood. Now I'm only writing this down because you can see it in my videos. I'm not telling you this is how you should build yours. Figure out how you want to build yours, okay? Somebody asked a question, why didn't you use pressure treated plywood? Good question, but do you realize how heavy that stuff is? It's so heavy. I can't remember how much pounds it was going to be per sheet. It's some crazy amount. And this whole thing is going to be covered in like aluminum type sheeting. I can show you a picture. I'll upload a picture right now and take a look at that and see what I'm talking about. But it's basically everything's going to be covered in aluminum sheeting. There's also going to be another foam board type material on the outside. The bottom is going to have a piece of plywood, not exterior plywood, just like the roof, finished plywood. But it's also going to have a sheet metal type of... So I'm going to interrupt myself. Isn't that rude, interrupting myself? Or is it not rude because it's me? Oh well. Hey, I want to talk to you a bit about this diamond-plated sheeting that you can pre-order or you can buy in sheets. I'm 100% certain that I'm going to use the sheeting to protect the truck camper from rocks and flying debris. So that'll be in the front area of the camper, especially the overhead, but it's also going to be that layer on the bottom that you see here on these other campers. I'm on my own. Anyway, so plywood, I don't remember the size. I'm going to guess it's less than 1/4 inch. So what is that? I want to say 3/16. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. The OSB is, I believe, 1/4 inch. Okay. I used a lot of this. It's finished plywood again. It's really thin and it's super light. Like I can pick up 10 sheets by myself and carry them, no problem. So you're looking at that, you think, oh, that's so heavy, it's so heavy. That plywood is super light. The 2x2s are light. The 1x2s are really light too. It's really not as heavy as everybody's thinking it is. However, this goes back to people calling me idiot. Told you from the beginning. If this truck camper is too heavy for my truck, then I'm either going to modify my truck for it to work, like remove the bed and have a flatbed truck, or turn this into a trailer, or third idea I really like is trading in my truck for a 1-ton truck. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Okay? So don't call me idiot. I mean, I've thought about these things. Here's the other thing, is the new Ford trucks, they're all aluminum bodies. So if you Google, like I did, and actually called Ford, they told me that it's 3,800, not towing capacity, towing capacity is even greater than that. 3,800, what's it called? Payload, 3,800 payload. Okay, so before I even put it in my truck, I'm gonna have it this weighed. And the way I'm building it, the way I like to build things is, I like to build things solid, strong. I don't want it being crushed in the first windstorm out here in Arctic Minnesota. And I want it to be kind of 3-season, maybe even 4-season type camper. So that probably means I'm gonna trade my truck in. And I don't got a problem with that. I told you that from the beginning. Okay? We'll see. You know, I'm gonna build it first and finish it, and then we'll get to that problem when I get to it. Don't call me idiot, seriously. Lord. All right. The next thing, if you guys watch some videos, I just threw some odd videos up there, and I wish I could go back and I might redo those videos. The big DIY guy, which is me, my channel, as I might go ahead and show you how to make these heavy-duty carts that can, you know, hold like 1,200 pounds each. I already did the workbench. That dolly is really super strong. Has all these compartments in it. I may show that again. I may make my own video separate from that to show you exactly how to build your own. Part of that is the notebook. And I don't think I ever finished or did a complete video on how to make a notebook or research a notebook, okay? Now with all my education that I've done in the world, I created these notebooks for all my classes. And so I took the same idea and did it for the camper. Now I'll go through and show it to you more specifically, and I think, oh, there's my VA appointment stuff. But it has, I'll go through, it even has dimensions in there, which I didn't use. I just wanted the idea for ratio and things like that. But I'll show you more in detail in just a minute. I'll upload that clip. In fact, I'll pause right now so that I can show you that clip of the notebook, what it looks like close up. So hold on. We're pausing so you guys can check out the really cool notebook. I always think of that show my kids used to watch, Blue's Clues. You want to write it in your handy dandy notebook? All right, so that's in there. Okay, I want to show you. I'll show you that more later. I may even do a video on that. I even got like little tags in here showing me where I need to look stuff up and research more stuff. All right, so that's that. You guys can see this color. Let's try this color. There we go. It's a good color. All right, topics for episode 27. In episode 20, now I'm confused because I'm doing episode 28 together with. So I got to remember because I forgot to write it down before I came out here. Oh, I think I promised I was gonna get the vinyl interior siding up, but I didn't get that done. So episode 27 is. I do a lot of smaller jobs. You'll see me finish interior plywood. And I don't, excuse me, when I say finish it, I mean mostly finished. There's still the back wall where the door is going to go, has to be done. There's still some plywood to be hung as far as around the windows when I buy the windows, which, by the way, I still need the windows. Let's see, what else? But there was a lot of me finishing both sides, and they both had to be insulated with the foam board and the spray foam. So that's done. And oh, I covered the cover area over wheels. So just like the floor in the bottom and the floor in the overhead, I did the triple layer type thing. I'm doing the triple layer over the wheels. Now remember, it's really thin plywood, so don't be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so heavy. I mean, it could be, and I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right. We're gonna measure at the end. But 3 layers is a lot better R factor than 1, okay? And that's what we're trying to go for. Remember, I wanna have a 3 or 4 season camper. Mostly just 3, because I think when it gets really cold, we'll head south. All right. Remember, there's one more thing to do. That might have been it. There's a lot of work done in the video. Oh, I show you how to build a sawhorse table. And you're going to see me use those sawhorse tables for staining real soon. In your videos, I've already done most of it. 90% of my staining is done. But I show you in the video how I make the tables. I bought the really cheap, $18, anywhere from $13 to $19 sawhorses. And then I used 2x3s and OSB plywood to build the table. It's real sturdy, real safe. You see me cutting all my material on it, and it's real wide, you know. So if you set something on the end, it's not going to tip over because of the way I built it. So those are the 3 things I pretty much get done, and there might be some other little things in there as well. But maybe we have an upcoming section too. We'll do upcoming. All right, so upcoming. This is what I need, okay? I need to know about sponsorships. And I may just do a video all on sponsors. Sponsor. Which, a couple of you have sent me some things and I appreciate it. Somebody even sent me, I showed it last video, a magazine called RV Life or Truck Camping Life or something like that. It was really cool. I've been reading through it and it's providing good research. I recommend it for anybody that wants to build a truck camper. But one of you subscribers, send it to me, whoever you are. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm really grateful for it. So I thank you for all you that are sponsoring me. But I need to get to the point where I can have a company sponsor a video. I don't know what that means or what that looks like, so I'm learning those things. And it takes time, so much time. And the sun's out right now, I need to be working, but now I need to go research sponsors and things like that. Time consuming. And then there's also don't get me wrong about, don't get upset with me if I spell it wrong. Patreon. And that's where people send in a contribution monthly. They make a commitment. I don't know if I want to do that. You guys tell me what you think. I want people to feel like they're investing in my life and in what I'm doing, but I also want people to think they can call me idiot because I'm not doing it the way they would do it. But I do need sponsors. So if you guys know companies that will sponsor me, here's my other thought too. I use really cheap tools because that's what I could afford. Let's say we had somebody, Makita, come in and give me a set of tools. As long as I use the tools for the rest of the build or on an episode or whatever, they'll give me these tools. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for as well. Or a window. Let's say the company that makes truck camper windows gives me 2 windows and says, hey, if you put these in your camper and talk about them, we will help you out. I don't know how to do that. How do I approach these companies? What do I say? How do I do it? Where do I go? If you guys know anything, help me out, because I'm lost. And then other people on some channels, they will just go ahead and send money. And I do have a PayPal account, excuse me, a PayPal account set up through the channel. So if you want to sponsor me like that, like contribute towards the window, it goes to my PayPal account. And that PayPal account is separate, so that I would just use it just for the truck camper. So I need help with that. I need sponsors. What else is coming up? Winter's coming up. I don't know how much. You guys are still a month. I think we're getting caught up. Instead of 8 weeks behind, you guys are 6 weeks behind, I believe. So you guys have seen some of the interior. It looks a lot different than what you're looking at. And that's why people are freaking out. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Actually, that furniture is really light the way I build it. It's only made out of 2x2s pine. It's not hardwood. And I put gaps and everything for ventilation and just the way I build things. Anyway, so I'd like your input. So please give input. Remember, we're trying to stay positive, right? And then if you want to contribute to my PayPal, go ahead. I wish I could remember the name of my PayPal account right off the top, so you can just go ahead and send it. I'm pretty sure my PayPal email is T.A. Richards at iCloud.com. That's another good way to get in touch with me as well. This is all together. It's all one word. So don't think there's spaces there. In fact, I should just move that over, right? So you're not confused. So T.A. Richards at iCloud. So if you want to go ahead and help out with sponsorship, I'd appreciate it. I'll take $2. And $2 is, we'll buy almost a 2x2. I'll take anything at this point. We have to move, and I've got to get this done. Yeah, and appreciate your prayers. You got room for number 4. Prayers with all the physical stuff I'm going through right now, and getting this done. And the purpose of getting it done is not only for my brand, but it's also so that my wife and I can live in it for a year or so and travel, so she can go to school, and so that I can continue my studies and continue with my books. It'll help us condense everything and get caught up financially. I'm on a limited income. You guys know I'm retired from the Army, so I'm on VA, more than 100% disabled. But so the income's really limited, and the wife's nursing school. So anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being good to me. And you're getting, like I told you before, your comments, especially your positive comments, comments have made so much of a difference in my life. hat's crooked and I can't get it straight. Anyways, I'm in the shop, as you can tell. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of a look-see, see where I'm at. I've pulled these cabinets away from the wall over there because I'm about to finish that wall. I'm not going to put a, whatchamacallit, pass-through window in there. I'll show you over here. Walk it this way. Show you over here. Oops. Falling over stuff. Hey bud, why don't you come in here and hang out with me so you don't get picked off by a bald eagle. Yeah, the bald eagles are pretty big around up in here. Oh, anyways. Yeah, see, so the pass-through window, pretty small. I mean, if I wedged myself through there, I would fit. My wife would fit. The dog would fit. It's just not very practical to have a pass-through window. Plus, it costs money to have a pass-through window. So, set this up. Sorry, I need to look at my nose. How about this? There we go. Better? We're gonna have a little chat. Like I did before. Hey, Bubs, come here. Come on, bud. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I think that's a skunk over there. You can sit. Come on over here. Come here. Okay. I'll wait for you to finish peeing, I guess. Come on. You done? Come here. Come here with me. Over here. Say hi to everybody. Hello, Sitsy. I was told, and I've been trying, guys, to be a little more personal on the videos. Actually, that's not too bad of a height. If I can get a little lower, it'd be better, right? Come here. I want you to go see my boy, too. My Kipster. Get something in your eyeball. There it is. Got it. Yuck. Part of your toy. How come that didn't bother you? There's a little green thing in his eye from his toy. How about I just tip the camera down? Will that work too? Yeah? Alright. There we go. Come over here with me. There you go. There you go. I guess he's just gonna chill right here. Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh man, more editing I'm gonna have to do. Alright, there's my buddy. Kipper. Hey, buddy. Kipper. What are you looking at over there, the cows? You cannot go corral the cows. It's not your job, bud. You just want us to go tell them what to do. No, you're gonna stay up here with me. You're gonna stay with me. Yeah, you're gonna stay with me. Okay? You'll be fine. I'm not doing any work. We're just gonna talk. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Nobody's here, man. I'm just saying that. Can't get the camera to go back up now. Come on. Come on. What the heck? It's stuck. There we go. Wow. Such a project. Captain America representing. Not to mention best team in the world. Oh, sorry. I didn't say that. I was just talking to my dog. Saying he's the best dog in the world. You guys know I love my team. Game preseason starts in a few days. I'm excited. Whoa! Stuff's falling down in the shop. Did you hear that? A piece of plywood fell down. All right. So back to where what was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to be I need to be more personal with my videos, according to people. Hold on, I gotta back this up. Let me try this again. I am not gonna spend a lot of time video editing this. This is just supposed to be the introduction, and just a quick introduction, and Kip, I wish you would like. What do you smell? Nothing in there. There's nothing there. You're a goof. Smell something in my pocket. I think it's a T-R-E-A-T. But it's not. There's nothing in my pocket. Look. There's nothing in there. Jeez. Now, before I was rudely interrupted, what was I saying? Oh, the whole point is I need to be more personal. The whole point of stay over here. The whole point of YouTube is basically I look at YouTube as like the new reality TV, right? Everybody loved reality TV when it came out, just because it's real life, it's real drama, and then it changed to where the producers we found out, and I guess the producers changed. Maybe they changed. They're controlling everything. You're hiring psychologists and psychiatrists to manipulate things and how they could work things around to make better ratings and get better drama, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not YouTube, at least from what I see on YouTube. What I see on YouTube is people just living their lives and sharing their lives. And that's what this is about. I'm sharing my life with you, my adventure with you. I'm not a young person anymore, to say that, but I do have a younger wife, and I've raised 3 kids, and I'm a grandfather now, and me and my wife are also trying to have kids, so we've got an interesting scenario there as well. But that's just life, right? You just work with life as it is. I've got a lot of issues from 21 years of service in the military, and spend every day in pain. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today, because you guys know that's just part of life. So what I'm sharing today is just the whole branding thing, because it's new to me. So I need to become more personable, I've been told, more reachable, more, oh, hello, Mr. Big Horsefly. I really want to get up and kill you right now if you don't bite me later. Dang it, just got away. I need to be more reachable and more real to people. So that's what I'm trying to do with this, with the introductions. I know other great shows do introductions. What's his name? The young fellow who builds the log cabins with his dad, which I want to do with my boys at some point as well. What's his name? I forgot his name, and I apologize for forgetting your name, my friend. But you have a great show, The Outsider, and I don't remember his name offhand, but he is. I really have a lot of respect for that. I call him a kid, but he's probably, he's probably what, 30? He's not really a kid, but he's younger than me. And it'd be awesome to go up there and help him with his log cabin at some point. That'd be cool. Just for fun. I believe he's in Canada, just to get up north, because I'm in Minnesota. Other people that do personal, they're called vlogs or vlogs. Is that how you say it? I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's not a blog because it's not written, but it's a video log. So I need to do more of the vlogs or the vlogs or whatever. However, you guys can go ahead and correct me on how to say it properly. I apologize. But yeah, so I need to do more. Oh, that's Doug. I know his name's Doug. He might be a little bit older than me, but it appears from what I see, his wife is younger, like my wife is younger. And I don't know Doug, but I'm just pulling things together and pushing pieces apart, figuring things out. But it seems like he's on his second marriage as well. And I also can tell right away that he's a man of faith like me. As you guys know, I spent the first 10 years in the Army doing all the infantry and medic for different types of groups, special groups, I'll just say that. And then the last 10 years I was a chaplain to those guys. And so I consider myself a man of faith as well.
In fact, you'll see part of my channel, if you want to go to that part of my channel, I will do kind of like a word of the day. It'll be kind of like in the military, as a chaplain, you have to be what's the word I'm looking for? Ecumenical. Basically, you have to be acceptable or reachable by all denominations. So that's what I'm going to try to do with my word of the days as well. Is I'm going to try to do a little devotion, but make it so that anybody can get something out of it if they wanted to partake in spiritual matters. But for myself, you guys know me, who I am, and what else? Oh yeah, and then like Joe too. Joe, another guy I follow, Joe Robinette. He is very real and shows a lot of his personal life in there, and I really appreciate that and respect that. He seems to be, sometimes it didn't seem like he was going through some struggles, and like I felt like we were, cheering him on. In fact, I even commented on there, cheering him on, telling him to keep pushing forward. TA Outdoors is another good one. Oh, by the way, Joe, be glad to go camping with you anytime. Seriously, I'm retired from the Army, so I've got the time. You give me a call, bro, and I will go camping. I love camping. I even got a brand new canoe over there. The kids got me for Father's Day. What else? TA Outdoors, another quality show. Trying to make it in this world. He's somebody I'm kind of learning from as well. He's learning the process of making a brand, and I'm learning from him on how to make a brand as well. But I love the stuff that he does with his dad. That's awesome, because in today's world we have such a how do I want to say it, a lack of fathers, or a lack of participating fathers, or a lack of quality fathers, and it's nice to see a healthy relationship with father and son. I love that. Keep going, guys. That's awesome. It's good stuff. And of course, if I'm ever in England, been there once, but I'd like to have a spot of tea with you, brothers, if you didn't mind. What else? This is hard. I'd rather just get out my screw gun and start working, start cutting wood than doing this part. Help me out, buddy. You're supposed to be the cute help. Get over here. Come here. You're supposed to be the cute helper. Look at the camera. Help me out. You good boy. Help me out. You're supposed to be the comic relief, the cute, adorable one that keeps people watching. Because by now everybody's turned off the channel, switched to somebody else. Anyway, so I am in the whole point of this, rather, is to become more personal in my branding. So the whole point of branding is I'm an author. I've written several books. And I will talk about that in another video. I'm trying to keep this video a little bit shorter than I wanted. Or actually, it's longer than I wanted. But I'll talk about my books another time. But there's the website right there. You can find out more about my books. I have won some awards, but I'm not making enough money on it yet. I think I told you before, there's 10,000 books a day are published. And it's a very tough market. So what you have to do is you have to reach people by branding, and so YouTube is awesome for that. And appreciate you guys following me, even though I'm telling you that I've got a purpose in this. Now, I do want to bless you guys as well with my creativity, and don't misunderstand what I'm trying to tell you by, I'm not saying you have to build things the way I build things. I'm just trying to show you how I'm doing it, and it's up to you whether or not you want to copy it. That's your choice. But I've been doing this kind of work with my father since I was, about 10 years old. So I know it, and it's just another way of being creative, artsy, craftsman. I call myself craftsman. And think I'm going to wrap it up now because I feel like I'm just rambling. But that's the whole point. And what I'll try to do is every video from now on is give you a small introduction, not this long. This one's really long, I apologize. But I'll try to give you an introduction as to what's happening and where we're headed. Pause it there because...
So the next step in this process is to fill in that framed out area right there that's supposed to be for the pass-through window. Remember, we decided not to do a pass-through window. But before I can get this pass-through window filled in, I've got to take all this furniture out. I need a place to put it. So I showed you those sawhorses that I got from Home Depot because I'm going to build another set of tables that I'm going to use for staining. So check this out, how to make them real quick. What am I looking for right there? Oh yeah, the zip ties. Listen, real quick, I just want to let you know that I'm not permanently attaching these sawhorses to the 2x3s. I'm using zip ties just to secure it so it doesn't move around when I'm working on it. But I want to be able to use the sawhorses for other things, so I don't want to permanently attach it and screw it into the wood. It works, the zip ties held it fine, no problems with it. So just in case I change my mind about the pass-through window, I want to mark down exactly where my studs are in this wall, because I will also be covering it with the vinyl sheeting tiles, and I won't be able to tell where the studs are. If you look closely enough, you can see a diagram of the wall with the measurements for the studs. And I went ahead and measured out for the foam board, and I cut it on the table outside. Can you tell I'm having second thoughts about filling in that pass-through window area? I'm really considering it a lot here. I like the idea of a pass-through window, I just don't know how it's feasible in this truck camper that I'm building. Yeah, sure am using that nail gun now, / staple gun. I don't know what you're supposed to call it, but it uses both. It uses both staples and nails. So we're just going to call it a staple gun for now. How's that? So anyways, there's some footage missing, and I apologize for that. The part where I cut out this piece of wood and bring it into the shop and use the glue gun and spread the glue out, that's missing. I don't know where that video went. All I can think is that there was a couple of movie files that were corrupted. So apologize for that, but you get the idea. It's the same process I went through before with the other piece, that I'm working on right now as well. Have I mentioned that I really love the staple gun? It's my favorite. So at this point, I've pretty much decided where the windows are going and where the windows aren't going. So I think it's time to go ahead and insulate this area and get the interior plywood put up. First thing I've got to do is measure for the braces to go inside there for the plywood to be attached to. So I'm gonna get on that, and maybe we'll have time to do the other side today too. We'll see. Alright guys, check it. A visit from the wife always makes everything better. She always comes home, greets me. Here she's gonna make me laugh. I don't know what we were laughing about, but I think she spilled something on her shirt again at work. Anyways, that kiss right there is what I live for. I love this woman.
Alright, it is 70 degrees outside. probably, I had the fan on running for like an hour, maybe not an hour. Cool it off a little bit in here, because it's still, you can still like if you put your hand over here, you can still feel the heat over here. And that's, I know the lights are hot as well, and they put off a lot of heat. But it's actually kind of not too bad in here. I'm gonna work in here, I think, for a little while. I checked this little rig I made. Since I have like, haha, look at that. Got the fan attached to the ceiling. Oh, I'm hilarious. Laugh at my own jokes. So yesterday, this piece doesn't fit. I didn't cut it right. I hate when I do that, but it happens sometimes. I was in a lot of pain last night and I screwed up, I think. And so I'm gonna do that today. I hate when people point. I'm gonna use my hand. So I'm gonna fill that in today and fill that in as well. Still gonna wait a little bit longer on the window area. Somebody has recently promised me some windows, so I'm really hoping that pans out, because I need to get this project going. And I know that if I get the windows in, I can really just knock the sides out really quick. Basically get the inside done within the next month if I get the windows. The only thing I'm not going to do right away is I'm not going to finish the plumbing right away. The plumbing will be over here in the sink area. This looks nice though, doesn't it? Changing subjects real quick. That staple gun is amazing. Look at this. I love it. I love it. Man, if I had this staple gun 4 months ago, I probably could have taken a month off my time. Count up all the hours I've spent screwing the wood in. And then like this stuff right here, I'm going to come back and use the staple gun and make that nice and even where it sticks out. So yeah, I'm really happy. It's like solid now. It's really feel better about the insulating as far as the inside goes. The outside, just found some more different type of foam board that's really thin. I'm going to put that, cover the outside walls. I'm going to cover the outside walls with that thin foam board before I put my aluminum up. So feel even better about that. It'll be even more insulated. Happy about that. Met some really nice older gentlemen at the Home Depot last night, and asked me, he saw my wood, because I went and bought some more wood. It's a mess. My shop's a mess, I know. Sorry. And I'm apologizing to myself because I can't stand the mess. But yeah, I made a trip to Home Depot last night. I needed to get some more 2x2s, some more 1x2s. I'm pretty sure I have enough 1x3s. And I needed a couple more sheets of this thin plywood to finish up the inside. I got this one piece right here. I didn't do that. That was like that. I got that for 75% off. I just asked. You can't hurt anything by asking, right? So yeah, anyways, so I was saying that I met this really nice older gentleman last night, and he saw the wood and said, "What you building?" And fences? Because they're 2x2s. And 1x2s. He's like, "You making a picket fence?" I'm like, "Nah, not quite." So then, it looks really nice in there, doesn't it? I like the way that turned out. So then, of course, being the gentleman that I am, and I just love people, I just stopped and talked to him. He wanted to see pictures. I showed him pictures. And they told me about his brother who built a camper back in the 80s, or sorry, 70s or 80s. It was sometime, he said, before they had aluminum siding for campers, so he used wood and painted it green. I thought about doing that. I thought about turning this into a tiny home, to be honest, because I'm not sure. This is getting heavier and heavier by the minute, isn't it? Isn't it? It's getting heavy. But yeah, so let's get busy. We got work to do. Don't know how long I'm gonna work in here. I've got to run some errands, so I want to put the vinyl paneling up over there in that front part in there. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece on, get it insulated, and same here. Put the outside piece on there and get that insulated and get that covered in. Because I know I'm not putting windows over here, so I might as well finish that up. The only place I will be putting a window is maybe even between these two. So I'm gonna leave these two panels open for now. And same thing over here. For sure putting a window here, because that's where the sink's going. I may even come back and cut this open and put a window here. And if I can get some small windows, I will go ahead and cut some openings over there in the front and put the windows in there. I've already decided that. But we'll see, because if I'm going to get them for free, I'm going to put them in. Or at a low cost. So, alright guys, let's get to work. Ain't getting nothing done talking to you guys. Time to do some work, son. So let me turn the flash on this part. All I did was take that power strip and drill holes in it, and I showed you where to put the holes. Excuse me, I showed you where I put the holes. I don't recommend you doing it because I don't want you to get hurt. But the way I do it is put them right through where the screws go, or where the posts are that hold the posts that hold the plastic pieces together. There's two pieces here, one at top and bottom, and they're held together by screws. And I showed you the screws. Remove a couple screws, drill it through with the big drill bit. You guys saw that? And then put it against the stud like I did. And then all I did was screw it into the stud. Okay, now the switch is off and everything's untangled on this part. You know what? If that horsefly lands on me one more time, then all you gotta do, it's gonna get bright here in a second, is flick the switch and it's on. Easy peasy, right? This is in the way. The switch is right here. So now I'm done for the day. I'm gonna turn the switch off. Bam, done. It's off the ground, off the moisture, a little bit safer for me. There's my big halogen light. All right, guys. I'm going into rest for a little while. I'm gonna let it get a little cooler out here. It's still hot, even though it's 74 degrees, 72 degrees. It still makes me sweat and gross in here. Too sticky. Humidity's up to 85%, I think, right now. Which I know, I've lived in Florida. 85 ain't nothing, but still, it's pretty miserable in the shop. So, and I'm in a lot of pain. So, time to take a little rest. On the way out, I'll just show you what I did today. And same thing over here, look. See? Right up against the wall, off the ground. Turn the switch on. The fan comes on. You guys saw me, I attached this fan yesterday. Okay? And the light comes on. Now we can see better. Alright, so today, what we did, and you can see my spray foam sticking out of there. Up at the top, too. Yeah, you've got to, and I will tell you this right off the top, right off the bat here. You absolutely have to spray your foam and then put your piece on right away. You cannot wait. Remember, I made that mistake in the beginning when I was learning how to use this stuff. And I had bubbles, okay, because it dried. And then I thought, well, I'll use glue, but you know what? The spray foam acts like glue. I mean, you cannot. There's no getting that off. It's glued. It's permanent. So I decided to go ahead and put that in there. I think any wires or plumbing or anything like that is going to come out of the back wall right through here and then over here. And if I have to, I'm thinking about if I have to run plumbing across the floor, which I'm changing my mind about that. I just don't know how I'm going to fit everything if I do that. I'm seriously thinking about putting the small sink in the toilet over here. I don't know. I'm still processing that idea. Anyways, I'll work on that and get back to you on it. But so we filled in those pieces right there, and they fit perfectly. And same with that one. That one fits perfectly too. And the staple gun is the way to go. Look at that. And you guys saw how fast I went. You guys see me for hours screwing in the what is it, 1 1/8 inch screws into the paneling, and it's hard to let go of old stuff that you do like that. Like I grew up, using screws my whole life. We didn't have staple guns, we didn't have nail guns. Roofers had nail guns. I've done roofs and I've done remodeling for roofs, but very rarely did we have could we afford to buy. I mean, this is back in the day, back 30 years ago, right? When I was 30 years ago? 20 to 30 years ago, yeah. But still, 20 to 30 years ago, you can imagine the staple guns, air compressors, all that stuff, the hoses, making that stuff portable, first of all, was kind of crazy. And then second of all, it was expensive. Oh, I missed a spot with the staple gun. I'm gonna hit that right now. You can see it bulging out. Oh, I forgot to put the battery in. Yeah, I always take the battery out when I'm using the staple gun. I'm new to using staple guns and all this stuff, so I want to be safe at all times. So I take it out and So easy. Easy peasy. I love it. Gets that bubble right down. Oh, another spot right there. I know now you're thinking, you just want to play. Well, yeah, this thing is awesome. I love it. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Countersinks it already. I don't have to worry about the screw messing up my my pieces. You remember that? Especially in the floor. Outside walls, when I was first using this really thin plywood, the screw would just, and the adjust, what do you call it, the not the depth finder, but the one that sets the depth on how far I go, and the ratchet noise, it wouldn't work. It would either do it too light or too strong, and then it would get it just right, and so I'd trust it for a while. And you guys see me doing that. I would trust it for a while, and then all of a sudden it would just strip right through the whole thing. I mean, probably because it hits a soft piece of the 2x2. Anyways, no problems like that with the nail gun. I mean, even there's some places on the outside of this. I'm gonna add the staple gun to it, and secure it up so it's nice and tight. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna come back later. I think I'm gonna put the outside piece on here, down on those two spots right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the inside piece on. I've already cut the width of it, I believe, or I cut the length of it or something. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there, but I'm still gonna leave those two panels open for windows. Don't think I'll be putting a window in the bathroom. I mean, I could change my mind and cut through this stuff. I got a Sawzall now. Got a Sawzall on sale at what's the name of that place? Walmart, not Home Depot this time. I got it at Walmart on clearance for like $19. Oh man, I was so excited. That was something else when I worked this, remodeling construction with my dad and with other people, that it was stuff was expensive. We found other ways. If we wanted to, we wanted to tear something out, we did it by hand. We didn't use no Sawzall. Finally convinced my dad to get one after struggling for so long. I mean, think about it. You want to tear out an old door frame and put studs in, right? You can beat that up and you can strip it out with a crowbar and a Wonder Bar and all that stuff, and then use hammer and nail it. I mean, you can get it done. Might be a little messy and it might just take you a while. But then you come, I worked with some other people too, professionals, like an actual large construction company that had all the special tools. And I started doing it by hand. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm taking the door frame out." No, watch this. And they take the Sawzall out and they just zzz, 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 right through the nails, and that thing just falls out. So it does make a big difference. Anyways, I am just sharing my life story with you guys. Just a lonely old veteran working in a shop, and his dog's mad at him, barking at me. All right, guys, I'm going in now. I got to take some rest and take some medicine, and then I'll be back later in a couple hours when it gets cooler. All right, guys. In the meantime, love you. Be good to each other. And one last little look, right? Now remember, all the furniture's been pulled out. It's over here. And over here, it's getting ready to be stained. But still, right? Can you say it, or shall I say it? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, guys. Good night.